if you want to perform any manipulation on the data, we will go for DML operation, data manipulation language. If you are trying to perform any manipulation on the data, if you are trying to manage the data, if you are trying to perform any manipulation on the data, that is inserting the data, updating the data, deleting the data, upsetting the data, merging the data. So, what is the purpose of DML? Data manipulation language. These are basically used for what? To perform manipulations on the data which are available in SOBs. These are used to perform the manipulation on the data which are available in the SOBs, like inserting a new record, updating a record, deleting a record, upsetting a record, merging a record. Then there are two types of atomic operations. So if you are performing a DML operation on a single record, no issue. Suppose if you are trying to perform a DML on group of record, then there is a question. When you are trying to perform a DML on group of record, the issue is if any one of the record fail, what will happen? 10 records I am trying to insert, 10 records I am trying to update, 10 records I am trying to delete. If you are trying to perform a DML on group of records, if I am trying to perform a DML on group of record, if any one of the record fails, what should happen? Should the entire operation be cancelled, or only that particular operation should be cancelled? If I say entire operation should be cancelled, it is atomic. That means insert all or don't insert any, update all or don't update any, delete all or don't delete any, perform all or perform none. Non-atomic. If any one of the record fail, only that record will fail, rest of the operation will be successful, which we call as non-atomic. That your data loader, import wizard, while you are inserting, if any one of the record fail, only that particular record is getting failed. The rest of the records will be inserted successfully, which is called non-atomic. Okay. Now, if you want to perform a DML operation using atomic, we have some keywords like insert, update, delete. We have some keywords using keywords. What are they? Insert, update, delete, undelete, merge, upset. Any DML performed with the keywords called insert, update, delete, undelete, merge, upset, will be calling them as atomic. Or else we have the second choice, performing the DML operation by using database.insert, database.update, database.delete. These are also some of the DML operations. If you are trying to perform a DML using a database namespace, database.insert, list of records, true. If you give true, it is atomic. If you give false, non-atomic. So, if you want to perform the DML operation as non-atomic, database.insert, list of record, false. Database.update, list of record, false. If you say false, it is non-atomic. If you say true, it is atomic. Are you getting my point? Now, let us go to the basic operations. I want to insert a record. If you want to insert a record, how do you insert? Let me give you quick examples here. How do you insert the data? Account ACC equal to new account. Insert ACC. What is the keyword we are using? Insert ACC. This will insert the data into database. So account ACC equal to new account, ACC.name, ACC.phone, ACC.rating, insert ACC. When I execute this, data will be saved to database. Go back to database, accounts, new this. What is the record we got here? This is what we have inserted just now. I hope you are good with this. People have followed. So how are you performing the insert? Simply, how are you performing the insert? Simply enter the data, insert. I hope you are good. Now, let us do quick example. Create a contact record. Create a contact record with the following data. Create a contact record with the following data. What did you create? Contact C1 equal to. So this is how we are creating the contact. So insert is the command which is used to insert the record. Now insert is not only for inserting a single record, it can also insert a group of record. Create a list of opportunities. Now create a list of opportunities and insert the data. Create a list of opportunities and insert the data. So what I was doing, then add them into the list. I created a list of records, adding them to the list. Create a one by one record, add them to the list.
Satish, you wrote OP or OP1, right? You wrote OP.
Yes, you are right. Change the name. What I am giving here, insert. So we can give insert a record or insert a group of records. We can give insert a record or insert a group of records. Insert a record or insert a group of records. What type of operation is this? Atomic operation. Whenever I perform a DML operation using insert, it is a atomic operation. Whenever I perform a DML with insert keyword, it is a atomic operation. Whenever I perform a DML operation using a insert keyword, it is a atomic operation. What was that? Atomic operation. It is a atomic operation. That means if any one of the record fail, entire operation will fail. I hope you are good with this. What was this operation called? Insert. What was this operation called? Insert. Now, look at the format. Anyone has any queries on this? So let us go to the next operation. What was the next operation? Update. What do you mean by update? If data is already there in the database, if you want to modify the data, what we do? We will perform update. Update is also the same story. What was that? Update is object or array of a subject. Update is object or array of a subject. So if you want to update, what should I do? Fetch the data first. Fetch all the opportunities. Now what I am doing? List of account. Account is equal to rating equal to, what was that? Select rating from account where rating equal to 1. So I fetched the records. Once you fetch it, what should I do? Take one by one record. Take one by one records. Take one by one records. Give a dot rating equal to update. What did I do? I wrote a SQL query. I fetched all the accounts. Take one by one record. Update the rating equal to 1. Do the people follow this point? Fetch the data, modify the data, update. How do you modify? Take one by one record from the database and update it. Second one.
Sir, did you add to the list?
Already we wrote a SQL query, right? You are not creating a new record. We are fetching the data which is in database. If you are already fetching the data, what will you get? List you are going to get, right? SQL query will give you what? List of record. Insert means
Yes.
what? You are creating, adding them to a list and performing. Update means what? Data which is already there in the database, you are fetching them. You are trying to perform update. data which is already there in database, you are writing a query fetching them.
Okay. Thanks.
Now, fetch all the opportunities. Whose stage name is prospect. Update. Fetch all the opportunities whose stage name is prospect and update their stage name as closed one and closed it as 3. Whichever the fields you want to update, you have to write a query. Where? Your stage name equal to prospect. How do you do it? For opportunity. OP dot.
Satish, can you please scroll up once, please?
Right? So what we are doing? Writing a query, fetching the records, taking one by one record, modifying them, update records. People have followed this. Write a query, get the data, modify this, update it. Any other query? So, in the above case, what we have done? This data I created, put them in the list, I am inserting. Why? It's a new records. Whereas when you go to this, what I am doing? I am fetching the data. Update is what? Already the data which is in database, we have to fetch it, modify it. So the data is already available in database. I hope you are good with this. Here, let us go to the next one. We are going for delete. Delete this object. You may delete one record or array of records. You may delete one record or array of records. What I am doing? Records which are already in database, only those records should be deleted. So I told fetch all the leads which are created today. Fetch all the leads which are created today and delete them. List of leads from lead where created date equal to today. Leads which are created today, they are fetched and they are deleted. Leads which are fetched today, they are created and they are deleted. Delete leads. Leads which are created today, they are fetched and they are deleted. Fetch. Fetch all the accounts whose rating is hot. Fetch all the accounts whose rating is hot and delete them. Fetch all the accounts whose rating is hot and fetch and delete them. Fetch all the accounts whose rating is hot and delete them.
We can perform the same DML operation on custom objects as well, right?
Yes. Because the standard objects are common for everyone. I'm showing the example of standard objects. You can also try on the same thing on the custom objects. Yes.
Where it is accounts, not the lead.
Come again?
Accounts, right?
Online 1 minute.
Accounts only.
Online 1 minute. Yeah. Sorry. It's a mistake. Yeah. Online, what is your query?
Same thing I was saying. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Next. Fetch the opportunities. Whose stage name is? Fetch the opportunities. Whose stage name is? Close one. Fetch the opportunities. Whose stage name is? Close one and delete them. What do we do? Running a query, fetching the data, deleting. When do you perform delete? If data is already there in database, then only we can perform delete. Write a query, get the data, delete the data. If you want to perform update or delete, data should be available in the database. Only when the data is available in the database, only when the data is available in the database, only when the data is available in the database, we will write a query, then update the data or delete the data. Only when the data is in database, we will write a query, get the data, update the data. We will write the query, get the data, update the data. I hope you are good with this. Right. So let us go to the next. Insert, update, delete. What is the next one we have? Upset. What was this upset? If data is already there in database, if data is already in the database, update it. Not there in the database, okay, not there in the database, create it. Insert plus update is called upset. Now let me give you an example. You have any custom objects here? Let me show you example of custom object. Yeah, we have phone number. Employee. This is the object what we have. What I'm doing, I'm making this as external ID. Making this as what? External ID. Look at the format. Now I'm giving upset EMP, upset EMP. So consider my ID as external ID and perform the upset operation. If my ID is already there in the database, it will update the record. Not there, it will create the record. Upset EMP my ID. Based on what we are trying to perform the upset, based on the external ID. Right. Look at this point. Execute highlighted. Go back. Here and we give. Kiran, external ID. The same thing I am giving here. One more time. Upset based on external ID. What is the external ID I give? As the external ID is already existing in the database, what will happen? It will not create a new record, it will update the same record. Previously, as the record was not there, as the external ID, whatever the external ID I gave, the external ID is not there in the database. So what happened? New record is created. Now when I call second time, that ID is already there in the database, so it updated the data. If you don't mention external ID, it will take Salesforce record ID as external ID. If you mention any one of the field as external ID, based on that field, the operation will be performed. If you don't give the external ID, by default, it will take Salesforce record ID as external ID. Either you give it or allow me to take Salesforce ID as external ID. Either you give your own external ID or allow me to take Salesforce ID as external ID. So how do you take it? List of S object or area of S object. Whichever the external ID field you are mentioning here, whichever the external ID field we are mentioning here, based on that field, upset will be performed. What is this upset? If record is already there in the database with this ID, update it. Not there, create it. I hope you are good. Followed everyone. So upset is a combination of what? Insert plus update. Record is already existing. Based on what you are saying, record is existing. Based on ID or based on external ID. If you don't mention any external ID, by default, what will be taken? By default, what will be taken? Salesforce record ID will be taken. I hope you are good. People are good with this? Clear?
Satish, if we don't have this external ID, then we will just write upsert EMP ID.
Not required. Upset EMP. If you don't mention any, if you don't mention any external ID, by default it will take Salesforce record ID. If you want to take any external ID, mention the external ID. You don't want to take any external ID, just give upset EMP. By default, it will take Salesforce record ID. Right, boss? I hope you are good with this. Right. Then we have undelete.
Hello, Satish.
Yes.
Can you give me an example of a subject of array? One example.
Right. We'll see it at the end. Now we'll not move out of the topic. At the end we'll see it. Now, undelete. What was this undelete? See, one key point you need to understand. List and array has no difference other than the sizes, the way the size will increase. If you take an array or a list, both at the one at the same, both at one at the same, both are same. Only the sizes and the way we insert the data is only changing. But you can replace list with array, array with list. Okay. So what was this? Undelete array of S objects. Now what was this? What we are trying to do, boss? We are trying to undelete the data which is there in the database. How do you get the data which is in database? Undelete the data which is in recycle bin. How do you get the records which are in recycle bin? How do you get the records which are in recycle bin? All the account records which are in recycle bin. What we do, boss? List of account name from where is deleted equal to, so that we get only deleted records. When you say all records, including the records which are deleted and not deleted, is deleted equal to true, only the records which are deleted. From all the records, get me only deleted records. So what we do? Undelete accounts. Undelete accounts. Fetch all the leads. And undelete them. Fetch all the leads which are deleted and undelete them. Fetch all the leads which are deleted and undelete them. Fetch all the leads which are deleted and undelete them. Fetch all the leads which are deleted and undelete them. Where is deleted equal to true, undelete. I hope you are good with this. So records which are deleted, fetch them, then we can perform undelete. Records which are deleted, fetch them, then we can perform undelete.
Sir,
Yes.
this will only work if I mean, if it is not past 45 days, right?
Whatever the records are there in the object, whichever the records are there in the object, okay, and they are deleted. How long they will be available in database after they are deleted? 15 days.
15 days. Okay.
Next. We'll go for the next operation. Merge. Merge. What is a merge? It is a combination of update and delete. Upset is a combination of insert and update. Merge is a combination of update and delete. So look at this example, everyone. So I have, look at this. Wipro IT. This is account record. Account may have number of contacts, right? Contact one. Similarly, accounts may have opportunity one. So, account case 1, case 2, opportunity 1, opportunity 2. Okay, contact 1, contact 2, opportunity 1, opportunity 2, case 1, case 2. These are the child records of this account. Now I have it also has this is what we have done. Account 1, account 2. Now when I say to remove the confusion, I may give names as account 1, account. Now I told merge account 1, merge account 1, account 2. When I say merge account 1, account 2, child records of account 2. What are the child records of account 2? Child records of account 2, account 1, account 2. Child records of account 2 are reassigned to account 1. Child records of account 2 are reassigned to account 1. Account 2 is deleted. You get the point? Merge account 1, account 2. Child records of account 2 are reassigned to account 1, which is not update. Who is your parent? From account 2, I am reassigning them to account 1. Delete account 2. This is called merge operation. Generally, when do you use? If you find there are duplicate data, we join them into single record. Are you getting my point here? Merging two or more records into a single record, then we go for operation of merge. So the child records of second record are reassigned to first record, and the second record is deleted from the database, which is called merge operation. People have followed this? People have followed? So what was this merge here? Child records of record 2 are reassigned to record 1. Child records of record 2 are reassigned to record 1. Child records of record 1, record 2. Record 2 child records are reassigned to record 1, and record 2 is deleted from the database. I hope you are good with this. So, what are the operations we have? Insert, update, delete, undelete, merge, upset. I'll give you an example here. Look at this. Now there are Satish. What is the account number? 9999. Creating a contact. Child of Satish, whose phone number is 9999. I'll take one more. Satish, whose phone number is 7777. So I'm writing a query here. Look at the point. Account 1. I give merge account 1. When I say merge account 1, account 2, child records of account 2. What are the child records of account 2? 7777. What is the child record? We give child records of account 2. What is that? Second child. This is reassigned to first account, and this account is deleted from the database. So go back to this. Child records of account 2 are reassigned to account 1. Account 2 is deleted from the recyclable. Execute. Go back first. Now this is the account 2, 7777. Record is deleted. Go to recyclable. Record is deleted. Go to account 9999. This is the record. Go to this. First child and second child. What happened? Child records of second record are reassigned to first record, and second record is deleted from the database. So what are the operations we have now? What are the operations we have? Insert, update, delete, upset, and delete, merge. These are the DML operations what we can perform. Okay. Let me give you a quick examples. Let us do some examples. Now, create array of new records and insert them. How do you do this? Account is equal to. When you are creating an array, it is must that we have to define size. I can also give like this, right? Is it accepted? Then what we are doing? Accounts of 0 equal to A1. So we are giving insert. There is no variation that you find between array and list here. Only array is static and list is dynamic. Apart from that, the format of writing both of them is same. Right? Somebody from online has asked me this example. Right. I hope you are good with this. Okay. Now we need to apply some additional logics to this. What was the logic? Create a new opportunity with Wilson as create a new opportunity with Wilson as owner of the record. Create a new opportunity with Wilson as new owner of the opportunity. So you want the Wilson to be owner. Look at the point. If lookup field is a standard field, then we need to refer field as field name plus. If the lookup field or master detail field is a standard field, then how we are supposed to refer? Field name followed by ID. So we have a field called owner, right? We have a field called owner. So what I'm doing is equal to select ID from user. Now, opportunity. Then I'm giving opportunity dot owner ID equal to you got it. What is the actual name of the field? User. Why did you add ID after the field name? It is a standard lookup field. If the field which you are trying to refer is a lookup field, standard lookup field, we are supposed to add ID after the field name. If the field which you are referring is a standard lookup field, we are supposed to add ID after the field name. Did you get my point? Did you get my point here? So owner is what? Lookup to user. Who created that field? Salesforce created. That's why we are adding ID after the field name. Write a query and fetch record whose name is Pro and create new contact center. Fetch an account record. For that account, you want to create a chain. I want to fetch an account record. For that account, you wanted to create a chain. So, who created a relation between Salesforce account and contact? Is it a standard or custom relation? Standard. Salesforce has already created a relation between account and contact. What is the name of the field? What is the name of the lookup field created between account and contact? Customize, contact. What was the field here? So how should I refer this? If account is the field, how should I refer? I have to add ID after the field name. So what is the first requirement? Fetch the account. Create a contact for it. Contact dot, what is the name of the field? Account. Add account ID equal to acc.id. Why this? In the lookup field, what will be saved, boss? ID of the parent record. In the lookup field, what will be saved? ID of the parent record. For this contact, who is the parent? Account. Contact.account ID equal to acc.id. For this contact, take this account ID as the parent ID. In the lookup field, what will be there? ID of the parent record will be there. In the lookup field, what will be there? ID of the parent record will be there. In the lookup field, what will be there? ID of the parent record will be there. So, contact.account ID equal to acc.id. The contact object and the customer object with account. So in the customer object, we have a lookup to account. So account is the parent of customer. Fetch the account. And create a customer field. Fetch the account whose name is TCS and create a new customer record for it. Now who created the relation here? Not the Salesforce. If it is not the Salesforce, straight away field name. So what I will do? Customer dot this is not. Then I am giving. So boss, if it is a custom field, straight away you will use field. In case if that lookup field is a standard lookup field, then we are supposed to add ID after the field name. If the lookup field is a standard lookup field, we are supposed to add ID after the field name. I hope you are good with this. Now, create a new opportunity for create a new opportunity for the account whose name is there. So what type of relation is this? Standard or custom? Account and opportunity, who created the relation? Is it a standard relation or a custom relation? Standard relation. How do you find it? Go to customize, go to opportunities, fields. What is the relation name here? Look up to account. What is the field name? Who created? Salesforce. Standard field. Then how do you refer to this? Account ID. Because the Salesforce created it, we have to refer it as what? Account ID. We have to create as what? Account ID. I hope you are good with this. So how do you create again? opportunity. Account ID equal to ACC dot insert. So this opportunity is created as a child for that account. Why I have taken ID? Because it is a standard lookup field. If the relation between two objects is standard, then the lookup field name followed by ID. If it is a custom, straight away field. If it is a custom, straight away field. I hope you are good with this. So what are the DML operations we had? Insert, update, delete, undelete, upset, merge. Now we have seen how to create a child record for a parent. Creating a child record for the parent. Next, let us take the next example. Fetch all the child records. Those name is and reassign the opportunities to fetch all the opportunities of the account whose name is Wipro. Fetch the opportunities of those account whose name is Wipro. So we are fetching all the opportunities of the Wipro account and reassigning the opportunities to TCS account. This is my requirement. So how will you achieve? How will you achieve? How do you get the parent to child records? How do you get the records of the child? I have a parent. How do you get my child records? How will you get your child record, boss? We have served a complete day for this. How do you write a query? Parent to child circle query. Parent record want to get the corresponding child records. If you feel it is a complex, then I can go with this also. Account ACC equal to then what I can do? List of so what I'm doing? List of contacts equal to opportunities, right? Opt equal to select ID come account ID from where account ID equal to ACC.ID. If the parent ID of the opportunity is ACC ID, get those opportunities. Now what is an ACC? Whose name is Wipro. If your parent is ACC Wipro, if your parent is Wipro, get the opportunities. Then what I'm doing? Take one by one opportunity. Then reassign. OP dot account ID equal to Update. So what do you do? Get me all the opportunities whose account ID is ACC ID. What is that account ID? ID of your parent. If your parent is Wipro, get me those opportunities. Take one by one opportunity and reassign the parent as new ACC. Reassign the parent as new ACC. Are you getting my point? Right? Right, boss? We'll continue the next session.